Happy birthday, Daddy.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Daddy.
So much fun.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Everyone who has come from near and far to help celebrate our father, Vijay's 70th birthday. To have you all here today to recognize and celebrate this milestone is truly a blessing. As many of you know, Vijay is a humble man with humble beginnings. He has guided us into paths that have helped shape our future into what they are today. His passion for travel resonated with Nina and Steven into global adventures overseas. His belief that family is everything have made Avni and Mika into the strong and adventurous family they are today. His drive and work ethic led Carrie and I to start a new family in California, all while gaining success with our careers, where I learned that every day might be a challenge, but to never give up. This is just the beginning of who my father is and how he has helped change the lives of the many lives that he has touched and personal paths that he has crossed. Beyond his profound impact on all of our lives, I wanted to share a few things with you that I love most about my dad. He is the most patient man that I know and has mastered the skill of staying level-headed in any type of situation. He shows strength by giving advice and hugging you tight. He stays young by building Legos with his grandchildren. He calls to say hi every day and check up on you just because you popped into his mind. He has the drive and the determination of a 30-year-old, one that I can only hope to still have at his age. He gets excited at the thought of his next world travel, and he always comes back with the same picture of he and my mom. He loves spending time at Home Depot and creating projects for himself around the house. And finally, he balances his work, his family, travel, and social life with incredible grace. Daddy, over the last 35 years, I have watched you raise not only your immediate family, but also that of your siblings and their children. I have watched you work hard every single day of your life so that you can provide us all a comfortable life here in the U.S. I've heard your stories, which made me laugh and gave me a glimpse into how your life shaped you into the doting father to your 3 daughters, to the loving husband to our dear mother, your dedicated son to Ba and Ada, and grandfather to your sweet grandchildren. You manage your role in this family of 4 living generations with such ease. You are an inspiration to us all. Happy birthday. I love you. That was a great speech, Rita.
I did not write my speech down in this great spreadsheet that Nina made. So I will just say what I feel from my heart. Dad, happy birthday. I am so incredibly blessed to have a father like you. You're very kind and humble. And I remember lots of times growing up, you know, things could get difficult, but you never let us believe that it was. And I just wanted to let you know thank you for that, because that has made me who I am today. One thing that I remember that's funny about my dad that Rita mentioned about Home Depot, growing up, over the weekends, if we didn't have anything to do, my dad was like, hey, let's go to Home Depot. Let's make a project. I know, Nicole, Minish, and Hegel know too, we have laid tile in our home, rewired the home. We know how to hang up drapes. We know everything about drywall. There's a lot of things that we know because of my dad. My dad believed that if you could figure out how to do it, that was the best way. We didn't need to hire anybody. That's why we got us. But you know what? That reminded me that it takes hard work and dedication to do anything. all you have to do if you want to get something done is, of course, you can pay somebody something to go get it done, but it takes a lot to learn how to do it yourself, and that builds character, and that helps your experience in life. And my dad is especially known for something like that. I was very fond of those memories growing up, so thank you, Dad.
I've always been a daddy's little girl, or should I say, in your words, your little guy. Growing up in a house with not only my sisters, but 2 amazing grandparents and tons of cousins and aunts and uncles, I knew I had a special childhood. From getting dropped off at school with Baba, to following him around all day, to copying everything Uppy and Rita did, I made many special memories. And the only reason I have these memories is because you helped make it possible. You worked hard every single day of your life to get the education and the means to support your whole family in America. And that's not just the 5 of us, but that's 18 people, almost all living in one house at one point. Because of you, we had Christmases with Dada dressed up as Santa Claus and Krishna and I dressed up as your elves. Because of you, we were able to hop into a van with 14 of us and drive all the way to Walt Disney World for the trip of a lifetime. But most of all, because of you, we have even better opportunities with our growing families that may not have been possible without your hard work, humbleness, patience, love, and caring. So thank you. I know this whole celebration is for my dad, but I also want to take the time to mention a few others who all of this would not have been possible without. Mom, with all of the many accomplishments and inspirations that Dad has brought to everyone in this room, it wouldn't have been possible without you by his side as his partner, his rock, and his support for the past 40 years. From feeding us your massive enchilada and lasagna meals, to making your famous punch at Christmas, and to just being the tiniest crazy human that we all love. Thank you for everything you do for our family. Baba. As many of you know, not only was my dad the first in his family to come to America, but he was one of the first in his village to come to America as well. This wouldn't have even been possible had it not been for Ba and Nada's support and hard work. They left the only home they knew in India and uprooted to America in the 80s. Over the years, as more and more family members came to America, they helped support them too. Ba would watch all the growing kids, have breakfast, lunch, and dinner ready, and Nada, not speaking fluent English at the time, would work night shifts to help support everyone. Collectively, all 4 of you have been an inspiration to many of us in this room. Thank you. Daddy, I wish you the happiest of birthdays.
Get a picture, you guys.
So at this time, we wanted to share a special gift from all the guests here. So you spent your entire life helping others and touched so many lives in this process.
So we wanted to show you just how much of an impact you've had on all of those around you, Vijay. We reached out to your family and friends and asked them to share a favorite memory or impactful moment they had with you.
We received 70 letters from friends and family for the 70 years of your life. We have a few special ones we wanted to read out loud from people who can join us for the celebration today.
Boys, let's take a picture.
Okay, so here's one letter from dear and uncle. This is my dad's cousin. He was not able to make it to the party. Vijay, there is nobody quite like you. You are someone you can always count on. You were the ultimate support, my friend, not just my cousin. Having all the memories over the years gone by, it makes me feel lucky to have you as my brother. Not having parents anymore, you fill that void very well. Despite our busy daily life and responsibilities, I want you to know how much I look forward to your phone calls every 2 or 3 days to check up on us. You are the kind of person who would do anything and everything for anybody, any time of the day or night. All of us can count on you. I have a funny story to tell you that shows your true character. We all went to a Rockford water park, since I love water rides. Vijay was sliding down the water slide behind me. I was already on the side of the pool when he landed in the water, and immediately he started flapping his arms up in the air as if he was drowning and sinking. Standing there watching, it was so funny for me, and I signaled to him to stand up on your feet since the water was only waist high. And then I realized how horrifying it must have been for him, since he didn't know how to swim, but he still went down the water slide with me anyway, just for me. That's Vijay for you. Nisha also wanted you to know how much you taught her when dealing with her kids. You always say, it's okay, but then you do what you think is best. We are all blessed to have you in our lives. You are a great son, father, grandfather, brother, and brother. Sorry we couldn't make it to your birthday bash. Oh, and let me apologize for biting your ankle when I was 6 years old in Uttarsanda for no reason at all. Happy birthday from all of us.
This second letter is from Yashveen, another cousin of our dad's who also couldn't make it to the party. Vijay came to Los Angeles in 1969, and I came here to study at Wichita State University in 1970. Within days, I was very homesick and contemplating returning back to Uganda. I called Vijay and asked him if I could transfer to Los Angeles. He flatly refused and told me, "You have come here to study, so carry on your studies." At the time, I felt bad, but resolved to forget misery, homesickness, food issues, and just concentrate on studies. In a very short time, I realized that Vijay was totally correct. He was directing me to stand on my own feet and face reality. In those days, reality was defined as a plate of financial woes, social and language issues, transportation problems, food and lodging dilemmas, and homesickness. Not only a single item of this reality plate was cheering. However, a destiny brought me to Minneapolis. I achieved my education goal and I settled in Minnesota with my family. Seldom, I think about this moment from 1970 and the mind wanders into consequence. And invariably, it comes down to Vijay Bhai's vision and a very noble intention. Vijay Bhai inspired, helped, and supported our Heritage Project, a complete genealogy of Jetabai Drikabai Patels, our grandfather, 226 descending members residing in the US, UK, and a handful in India. Vijay Bhai is the first member of this family to arrive in the US. So if one was asked to briefly write about Vijay Bhai, it is not possible. A book would be a better justification describing his nature, generosity, vision, leadership, and so forth. Secondly, if one was asked to say a few words about Vijay Bhai, again, it is not doable. A long speech is needed to describe this perfect gentleman, aka my Vijay Bhai.
At this time, I'd like to call Vijay's niece and nephew, Mito and Dipali, to come up and say a few words.
Hi everyone. I don't think I need to introduce myself here because I believe everyone in this room knows me very well. First of all, I would like to thank Rita, who actually called me last week to ask if I would like to do this speech. And I greatly appreciate Rita calling me and giving me this opportunity because I think this is a great opportunity for me to share my thoughts about this wonderful man. Mama, I'm so blessed to have a mamaji like you in my life. Unfortunately, I never saw my real mama since he passed away at a very early age. But God is great, and He definitely filled that gap by connecting me with you and your family. There are very few people in this world that I have come across who will go out of their way and help others without any expectations in return. And I truly believe that you are one of them. Mama, you have always put others first, and that's the reason I truly believe that you really set a good example for all of us to follow. Thank you so much, Mama. Mama, you are so caring and kind. You did a lot for everybody in this family. You always been there for all of us, and this is why you hold that unique image of being highly respected. I know you always take some time out from your busy work schedule and call us on a regular basis, asking, "Badu barabar che? Mitu su kare che? Chokrao su kare?" Mama, you are the person who ensures that everyone in the family stays connected with each other. And this is the reason why we are all here to celebrate your big milestone today. I feel so fortunate and honored to have you not only as my mama, but my inspiration. Although Mama hasn't met the rest of my family and friends, but they felt they knew him already by all the wonderful moments that I've shared with them. Sometimes it's easy to recognize a good person with their good qualities just by hearing their name. I'm so lucky to see this characteristic being instilled into my husband, which makes me grateful for the family I have been married into. Mama, I remember those days when I came to US, and you actually, Mama, asked me today, how old am I? And do I remember everything when I came to US? Yes, I do. I remember those days when I came to US and I used to stay at your place. I used to eat dinner, I used to sleep with all 3 girls here. And I remember you always treated me as your 4th daughter. So I have nothing but love for you in my heart, Mama. My mom was the only one who met you, and I still remember her words when she said, "It's really hard to find people like your mama in this world," and that's absolutely true. I thank you so much for all the love and care. I know that I can always count on you. Thank you for all the encouragement and support. Mama, you are like father figure to me. You have cared for me, not as a daughter-in-law, but as your own daughter. I'm grateful to you for everything that you have done for me and my family. You deserve all the happiness in this world. Thank you so much for being my mama. We are always there for you. Last but not least, a million thanks to the most wonderful man in this world. Thank you for everything you have done for all of us. I wish you joy and happiness in the most gracious way. You deserve the best and the most special 70th birthday. Happy birthday, Mama. We love you.
All right, everyone ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vijay. Happy birthday to you.
बार बार दिल ये गाए तू जिए हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू बार बार दिन ये
Happy birthday, Daddy. You know, because my father is the man that he is, you know, him and his sister share a birthday. And of course, although this is his party, he has to share his moment with his sister. So Usha boys, you can come up here so we can sing to you. We would like that. All right, one more time for his loving sister, Usha. All right, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Usha. Happy birthday to you.
बेकरार होके दामन थाम लूं मैं किसका बेकरार होके दामन थाम लूं मैं किसका क्या मिसाल दूं मैं तेरी नाम लूं मैं किसका नहीं नहीं ऐसा हंसी कोई नहीं है जिस पे ये नजर रुक जाए बेमिसाल जो कहलाए एक हो गया और तुम तो उड़ गई नींदें तो उड़ गई नींदें और गम की पायल मस्ती में तो गम गम मैं डालू डाल पे हम डालो तू भी गिरना डाले चले हर रंग जमा दे हमके बन सभी मत वाले
I was asked to say something about Vijay, and so far there's a lot more words, nice words has been told to Vijay by how he is, what he is. He dedicated his life to the family and friends, very humble, polite, and always ready to help. So instead of the speech, I will sing one song dedicated to him. I think that will be a very appropriate song. किसी की मुस्कुराहटों से वो निशान, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो दे उधार, किसी के वास्ते होते दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे वो निशान, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो दे उधार, किसी के वास्ते तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। मानो अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारों दिल के हम अमीर हैं। मानो अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारों दिल के हम अमीर हैं। मिटे जो प्यार के लिए वो जिंदगी, जले बहार के लिए वो जिंदगी, किसी को न हो हमें तो एतबार, जीना इसी का नाम है। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम इस नाम प्यार का। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम इस नाम प्यार का। के मर के भी किसी को याद आएंगे, किसी के आंसुओं में मुस्कुराएंगे। कहेगा भूत हर कली से बार बार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निशान, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो बेउदार, किसी के वास्ते होते दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है।
Hi, Dad. Hi,
It's a
guys.
very nice party.
Okay.
There's the bird over there too, Vijay.
What are we doing here, Neen?
Having some job.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Daddy.
Having your favorite cha.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on. Check it out, y'all. How low can you go? Can you go down low? All the way to the floor. How low can you go? Can you bring it to the top? Like it never stop. Can you bring it to the top? Right foot down. Left foot down, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're going to do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's start. Left foot, let's start. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 steps. Left foot, 2 steps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Chop, chop, real smooth. Let's go to work. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Hands on your knees, hands on your knees. Keep moving. Oh, yeah. Come on. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it down. To the left.
What?
real smooth.